Declined to charge Zimmerman in connection with the shooting.
Morning.
Citing Florida's controversial
This is
stand-still
Jam
gun laws, which allow those who believe they're in imminent
414.
danger to use deadly force to protect themselves. But after 6 weeks of rallies and protests here and
Saturday.
across America, they relented, and George Zimmerman was charged with second-degree murder.
13th
The 6-woman jury
July.
started its deliberations yesterday, and should they decide he's guilty, he faces the possibility of life in prison.
Talking about
Converge on the
Zimmerman.
court again today, and with feelings running high here, police and community leaders are
Talking
bracing
about
themselves
Zimmerman,
for the possibility of
because
violence
they don't want
should
to.
Mr. Zimmerman be acquitted.
They want to
We've been talking a
talk.
lot in the past couple of days about the issue of violence against women here on the BBC World Service. On Thursday, I was discussing the brutal rape and murder of that young Indian woman in Delhi, which shocked the world. Yesterday, we were talking about 16-year-old Malala Yousafzai from
talking
Pakistan,
about violence.
shot by the Taliban, who gave her 16-year-old speech at the UN calling for improved rights for women and children. Now, someone else who's been vocal about this...
They don't want to talk about my cousins in Gaza.
Kidman, who's a goodwill ambassador for on women's rights.
I don't know why.
Up with her in Berlin, where she's receiving an award for her work, raising awareness about gender-based violence. The award ceremony here in Berlin
Is something that goes on with these people. I want to tell you about. Something that goes on with them. I want to tell you about. It's about to understand these end times here. I've explained to you about fake news and why we need fake news. The fake news is needed for lots of reasons. So the fake news, but I want to tell you, you know, I told you about the planes and trains and bridges and all these things. Did I tell you about going to hell? You all are damned. Damned to go to hell for eternity. You know the fire one? But to give you a little further understanding about these end times, St. Peter's prophecy, Book 2 of St. Peter, how the atmosphere is going to burn. With the hissing sound, you'll hear it first. And why it's going to burn. But, I don't know if everyone's really understood me in some of these things. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to be understood, like when I tell you about higher things on the higher level. Because the higher level, when I tell you these things, I have to use the Queen's language here. Your goat-legged queen. The one with the hoofs. I don't know why you want a queen with hoofs. The ones with paws are much nicer, you know. Paws are softer when they touch you. If you get a queen with paws, you should keep that one. And get rid of the one with the hoofs. But what was I telling you? Your queen, these end times, trying to tell you something. I want to tell you something about these end times. I don't think you understand them. Oh, these higher levels. Yeah, you see, you have this queen. Let me get you. Can you see me? Come in. Don't be afraid. Come here. Come a little closer. Come a little closer if you can. You can come a little closer. Don't be afraid. Come a little closer if you can. Can you come a little closer? You see, when I tell you about the generals, the Sumerians, the Anunnaki, the big brothers, you know, there's the Holy Spirit too. So, when you see up here, these guys are up high, you know. These guys are on top of the sun. They're higher than the sun, you know. These guys are higher than the sun and the moon and the stars. So, when they fight, and they play and they fight, whatever. But there's a referee. You can call him the coach. Let's call him the referee. That's the Holy Spirit. So, like in San Francisco, these guys are fighting. They're fighting in heaven and on earth. The big cabals, the Russian, the Chinese, the Zionists, the Aryans, you know, the Kabbalists, the women. And you know, the Freemasons are divided all over these sectors. And they fight, right? So they're fighting over in San Francisco. Over their planes and shit, and who owns the ships, who owns the planes, whatever. Because up on the high level, they're moving to pieces, right? So they knocked the plane down, this and that, they're fighting up there in the sky. And the Holy Spirit is the referee. And the Holy Spirit doesn't want the people to get so mashed up in everything, you know. It's not really so necessary. The Holy Spirit's the referee here. So those guys, they knocked down the plane, they shot off the tail and this, and the plane's going to crash. And the Holy Spirit made the catch, a sliding catch, and put the plane down as best that he could, you know. Save most of the people there. I was saved by the Holy Spirit. So like the different generals and the cabals, they was up there fighting, blah, blah, blah. That's how these things, a lot of them work out, you know. You have a lot of tragedy and things that is happening, and it could be a lot worse. It can be a lot worse if the Holy Spirit wasn't there. Oh. Could be a lot worse.